Hey everybody, how's it going? I just wanted to talk about some theoretical physics. I came up with a theory called theoretical limited dynamics of reality. I just wanted to discuss them here and document that I indeed created them, just in case somebody comes up with a theory themselves or tries to steal my shite. So, today is Friday, August 22nd, 2025. I was listening to a mathematician talk about geometric patterns, and I was thinking there's an interesting correlation between art and math. Math is a beautiful, useful tool, but the deeper you go into it, it kind of just becomes more and more abstract and nonsensical. Like art, you begin with Bob Ross painting beautiful landscapes, but if you take it too far, you're left with a banana duct taped to a wall selling for millions of dollars at an art gallery. And even further, you get artists selling invisible sculptures. LOL. Like a houseplant requires certain balance in environmental factors and conditions to grow properly. Perhaps with math, art, and science, the premise of constant growth and understanding is a false narrative. Perhaps reality itself can only maintain its stability under particular balance criteria. So reality by its very nature has measurable limits in order to exist at all. Contrary to the belief that infinity string theory and multiverse theory will somehow further our understanding of reality and the universe as a whole, it also goes with my theory that the pretentious and arrogant nature of humans actually hinders what I like to call true intelligence. So that's what I wrote this morning, and I was just thinking about it. So basically what I'm saying is reality itself isn't limited by our understanding, but our understanding has reached its limits not because of our limited understanding, but because of the limits of reality itself, measurable limits of reality itself. Just like a houseplant requires certain things to develop and live and thrive and grow into the sky, so does reality itself and our understanding of reality. It never dawned on us that probably around the turn of the millennia, early to mid 2000s there, that we've done it, that we have actually discovered all that is to be discovered of the nature of reality, and to go any further will only not only probably destroy us, but also hinder our true intelligent understanding of the dynamics of reality. For example, like you have a Bob Ross painting, and you can get abstract and you can get a little wild. It's totally fine with discoveries and observation and experimentation with the particles and with theories of reality and stuff like that. But at a certain point, it just becomes the ravings of a madman. It becomes nonsensical. So you have a beautiful Bob Ross landscape painting, for example, and then you get a little bit more abstract with Picasso, and then Dali, and then somebody else, Frida, whatever. And then at some point it turns into that banana duct taped to a wall selling for millions of dollars, or artists selling invisible sculptures. And with science and math, I feel that that's where we're at. Listen to any modern mathematician talking about geometric patterns, or listen to any quantum physicists, or most scientists even, but particularly quantum physicists. It's the ravings of insanity. It's the ravings of madmen. Even by their own admission, a lot of quantum physicists say, I've heard them say, if any quantum physicist says he understands quantum physics, he doesn't understand he doesn't understand quantum physics. If anybody says he's got a grasp on it, he has no grasp. Like, what the fuck? What is that? That's insanity. It's and it's akin to taking ayahuasca in the jungle. Not that I've done that, but when you hear people's stories of going too deep into psychedelics and such, what do they always tell you from their experiences? I saw these alien beings. I turned into a cloud. I was floating in the sky. It was wonderful and sometimes terrifying hell. And I knew everything about the universe yet didn't. And I understand. I was 20 million different beings at the same time, but I wasn't. I mean, it's insanity. And perhaps that's what the spirit of that beautiful plant in some way was trying to show us. That perhaps God himself or herself or the nature or the universe or whatever you want to call it, as these humans, as these beings on this planet even, we have reached the full potential of reality. It doesn't get any better than this. The life cycles of birth and death, the psychology of human beings, the quest for technology and knowledge and stuff like that, and the understanding of the universe that surrounds us, of our environment. We reached that probably, like I said, around the turn of the millennia, probably the early to mid 2000s. But no scientist, no quantum physicist, no mathematician has said enough is enough. When to say when. And not because of our limited understanding, just my theory is that we do understand reality. We do understand the universe wholly. And you can say, like, well, where's your evidence for that? The evidence comes into play when the things you're discovering are not only destroying your society, biology, and the planet you live on, but also are incomprehensible to most people in regards to communication and communicating the data the quote data that you've discovered. Is that and its value? There's no value to it. It becomes self-destructive. Like if you water a plant too much, if you don't give it enough nutrients, if you give it too much nutrients, what happens? Too much sunlight, too little sunlight, it shrivels and dies. And that's what nature teaches us, and I'm sure it's the same way with our search for understanding and knowledge in the universe, to understand the world around us. At some point you understand it, but you want more, like a cancerous growth, and you keep going and going and going, and then you get all these abstract, insane notions of reality itself that just don't exist, and that's why perhaps they become so abstract, is because you reach your limit. You got to know when enough is enough. And if we took that knowledge back in the early mid-2000s and utilized it properly, we could all be living in some commune paradise, I'm sure. And it's one can even argue that it's not even necessarily relevant to even understand past a certain point the universe. But I feel that even with that being said, the universe doesn't require your full understanding of it. But even that being said, we have done it. We've done it. We've understood all that there is to be understood. Everything else is just abstract insanity. And you can see it in the data of modern quantum physicists and mathematicians. It stopped being useful. It serves no real purpose. It's just listening to some crazy guy on the street, Well, anyways, that's my theory. Theoretical limited dynamics of reality. And I just wanted it documented, and I'll probably change a little things here and there, although it's pretty solid. But yeah, that's what I got. Peace.